Alright. Still waiting for these bloody 1 HP hack slash glitches to get fixed. I'm just doing some instant action. Wait, what am I doing? I should be doing the YouTuber voice. Hello everyone, my name is Azatru. And also, don't forget to hit the like button and hit the bell for notifications so you never miss out on any Star Wars content. Let's talk about Star Wars!
X-Wings! Death Star! Grand Moff Tarkin!
TIE Fighters! Mon Mothma's back!
Princess Leia!
Admiral Akbar!
No, that was somebody else. It was a different Mon Calamari.
Oh, I thought they cast the same actor and he just gained a bunch of weight between the last film and this one.
Oh, no, Admiral Akbar's not a real person.
Alderaan!
AT-AT Walkers! We go back to Yavin 4. Remember the Rebel base?
I clapped when I saw it.
I clapped when I saw Darth Vader!
ATSTs! ATSTs!
Lucasfilm logo. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, but no title crawl. Oh well!
I applauded it for being different.
It broke new ground!
TIE Fighters as well as X-Wings.
You'll be dead guy. And Pundu Boo Boo. Panda Babu.
You mean Buttface?
Lightsaber.
Jimmy Smits.
Basil Oregano, played by Jimmy Smits. He's Princess Leia's non-biological father. He got blown up on Alderaan.
Alderaan.
That's the planet that gets blown up.
ATSTs! ATSTs!
C-3PO and R2-D2 showed up and I clapped.
I clapped when I saw them too.
I clapped because I know Star Wars.
I know what that is. This is Gold Leader. We're starting for the target shaft now.
Grand Moff Tarkin.
Lightsaber.
Blue Milk.
Lightsaber.
Star Destroyers! I'm gonna come!
Did you clap at any of the new moments and memorable characters?
Were there any?
No!
I clapped when Darth Vader turned on his red lightsaber.
Holy shit, there was a red lightsaber and he used the Force!
Oh my god!
Oh, I absolutely love those guys. Yeah, so we've got 3 new Star Wars games coming to us, apparently. Yay, you're all excited. So we're getting a follow-up to, people are speculating, it's the Fallen Order sequel, calling it Star Wars Jedi, and then some other title at the end of it. There's supposed to be people are saying it, I can't remember the name of it because it couldn't be asked committing it to memory, but it's supposed to be like a strategy game. I guess it's like Empire at War or one of those kind of mil sim games or whatever, I don't know. And then the third one was supposed to be a first-person shooter, which has probably got everyone wetting their fucking pants as, oh, is it gonna be a Republic Commando sequel? I mean, does anyone want a fucking Republic Commando sequel? That was a fucking overrated sack of shit. Yeah, so that's the end of the Star Wars talk. Yeah. What do they want to talk about? Oh yeah, just some interesting comments that came up on yesterday's video. I mean, that video talking about the Star Bazaar where he was rinsing the scummy members of all these pro players and all this fucking bullshit. And I get some interesting comments and just got me thinking. Like one, well, I think Sergio Ruiz, I think his name is. Sorry if I got your name wrong, mate. But he had a good point, like, you know, and it made me think about like games of old. You know, he said he liked to play the current Battlefront as like a support role, you know. So he'd like pick the officer and he'd go around buffing his teammates and playing the officer in a support role, like the way it's. What the fuck? It's shit on here. It's expert's too much for me. AI on expert too much for me. Yeah, so he likes to play the support role, you know, and which is kind of like the old games. You remember you'd have like your, I don't know, was it called the heavy class in the old games? Where they had like all the anti-vehicle weapons and Then you had your clone, your medic who would run around and dispense health packs like Battlefield games, and that's another one. Like Battlefield had its role classes, but in this game that didn't seem to stick. You know what I mean? People would just get the officer and abuse it for battle points because, I don't know, dickheads like fucking Paul John and those scumbag YouTubers would put up a 5-minute video and it's like how to get the hero in the first 2 minutes by not even shooting anybody and just staying in the spawn and buffing your teammates with the officer's presence card. You're having some problems there, Yoda. Oh, there we go, you figured it out. Yeah, so all the support roles in this game just got abused, you know, because it just became ways of milking battle points, didn't it? Really. But it just got me thinking of Sergio's comment. You know, I've missed those days, as especially when I used to play Battlefield 3 and on the 360, and when I used to play classic Battlefront 2 on my PS2 online. You'd find people who do, I mean, call it role playing if you want or whatever, but like people would like, God, this AI never misses on fucking hard. You get people playing those support roles, so like I remember just off the top of me, just games where like, you know, you'd be getting strafed all the time by good enemy pilots, and you'd be like over the headset like, where's our pilots, you know, where's our team's pilots? And then the next thing, one of them, a player who really liked playing like starfighter classes would jump in a starfighter and like level the playing field out, you know, and start like engaging their enemy fighters and stuff like that. And you know, just having like a medic running around and like in Battlefield, you know, they toss health at you, and you know, you press a little button and say, you know, thanks for the health or whatever, or you just say it over the mic. This game doesn't have that. I know it's got the officers can heal people, but I mean, let's face it, who plays the officer class and actually heals other people? They just heal themselves when they're getting into gunfights because they're sweating away and they want to get to those 4,000 points as quickly as possible so they can get their hero and upload some fucking bullshit 12-year-old love and kill streak on their channel. I mean, let's face it, does anyone care about kill streaks apart from 12-year-old boys? Like, who cares? Like, and people are that, oh well, they're clearing out objectives for the, yeah, I'm not saying going on a kill streak is ultimately, but like if you've got a good player who's good with the hero, yeah, they should be mowing down enemies so the rest of the team can push forward. But this is Battlefront 2 we're talking about, and I'd say 75% of the player base don't even realise there's actually an objective to focus on, you know. They're just like doing stuff like this, like in the spawn. Oh, look at it, it's a Republic cruiser, M class, whatever, fuck it, blah blah blah. And that leads me on to the next. Yes, before I finish that point, yeah, so classes, that just all went out the window with this game. Even though there is classes in the game, people don't use them in their class roles. You know, they just find whatever setup is going to get them the most battle points and abuse it. But that's what happens when, and let's not forget, the next topic I wanted to go on was like matchmaking in this game. This is like, again, one of the worst cases of matchmaking I've ever seen in a game. But if you remember, way back from Battlefront 2015, when that game was in development and they announced that it was coming out and we were all getting excited for it, DICE said from the get-go, like, it's not going to be, they're not designing this to be a competitive shooter. Like, they wanted it to appeal to, like, so everyone could pick it up and play it. And, you know, I'm not knocking on that. Like, there's people who don't want to get sweaty all the time and they just want to jump on for half an hour and just have some fun, you know, just playing as their favourite classes and then favourite characters. So I'm not saying, like, casual play is a bad thing, but what they should have done was they should have had separate matchmaking systems for people who like to play casual and then people who like to play more competitively. Because as you all know, in this game, you could buy the game or if you're one of those plebs who got it for nothing and likes this when the game came out for free, and they're like, oh, it's the best the state the game's ever been, and it's like, you never played it from launch, you never seen what it was like. It was good at one point, it did, and then just a load of changes got made. And yeah, so for all the freeloaders who scream and, oh yeah, you got it for nothing, you know, you didn't even pay for it. Some of you didn't even pay for it, you got it for nothing when they just put it up for free. But yeah, there needed to be separate lobbies for people who wanted to play casually and they could just jump in, and there was no sweating going on, and then you could have lobbies for all the sweaties, you know what I mean, all the competitive people, because like I was just about to say then, if you could get this game booted up for the first time, so you're all at rank 0 with everything, and then you go into a match, and then you're running around as a rank 0, and then you've got some level 1000 Anakin, you know, emoting you and doing the lightsaber twitch after he's killed it, like, so there's levels 0 to 1000, and again, like I said in the other video, being level 1000 doesn't necessarily mean you're good at the game. It just means you spent a shitload of time in co-op on triple XP Wednesdays. But there is people who legit get to high ranks in this game through playing the game, you know, through playing in PvP matches. But to square somebody who's really skilled at the game, to square them off against the complete novice is just like no one's gonna have a good time doing that, like, you know, and especially the person who's getting shit on all the time by a level 1000 or a level 500, you know. And for those high level people who think that they're pros, like, and when they're going around, you know, getting shitting on loads of low level players, and then they're like, oh, I'm the fucking best at this game. Like, just think about how stupid that is. Like, how are you improving? You're not getting better at the game by smoking a load of people who don't know how to play it properly, or they're just playing for fun, you know what I mean? Like, that's like, I said it in a comment yesterday, that's like heavyweight boxing champion Tyson Fury walking into like a Zumba fitness class, and people who've never boxed in their life saying, yeah, I put these gloves on to everyone in the class, and then he's just knocking them all out, and then he stood there going, oh, I'm the best boxer. Like, that's a, see what I'm saying? Like, that's a cunty dick move, you know. It's low, at least, you know, he'd never do that, Tyson Fury. But the point I'm making is, like, you're claiming that you're the best, blah blah blah, and then you're going in and beating loads of people who don't even, you know, they don't even know how to play the game like all that well. They're just casual players. So, and then you're patting yourself on the back, oh, fucking hell, just got a fucking 85 kill streak with Anakin. Fucking stupid, you know. So yeah, more pro player nonsense coming out of their mouth, talking, you know, and that's where if there was like separate lobbies for, I guess, the pros, if you like, well, I'll just say it for lack of a better term, I'm doing air quotes when I say pros, but the people who know the skill level when it comes to this game, you know, they know about tech, you know, and mechanics, and like counters to things, like, you know, I mean, people who do saber duels, I mean, will know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about tech. Like, what, like, I don't know, let's say Anakin, like, what moves can you combo into, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's this combo into this, can you knock them down? I mean, knockdowns is not, I hate, but that's the way this game is ran, knockdowns, you know, unfortunately. I think, and there should have been, like, we all know that now, that about private servers, and that's why the Kyber people guys got that movement going, because we didn't get it from the developers. But like, things like lobbies where, I don't know if it was like a Sabres only lobby, and I know you can get them, I know you can get Sabre only kind of stuff, but let's go further with it. No abilities, so it's just saber dueling, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's pure like dodging, and I know the hit registration in this game is not amazing, so, but it's an online game. No hit registration is perfect in any online game. But you get what I'm saying about the, because when it's saber dueling, it means nothing when you've got like knockdowns, you know what I mean? I think it's just because you can just fucking spam knockdowns, and like, you know, obviously you can't fucking defend when you're knocked down. But yeah, it just I'm losing me train of thought. But yeah, the main point what I'm making is, I'm gonna die. Should have had matchmaking, shouldn't it? You know, should have had, like, I don't know, level 0 to like level 50 lobby, or level 100, and 200 to 300 lobbies, and then, you know, 400 to 600 or whatever, you know, but not 0 to 1000, because those people who are not very good at the game, they're not going to have a good time with it, you know. And if you want people to keep coming back to the game, you know, they need to progressively get better as well. By, obviously, you'd only get better by playing people who are better than you, right? You know, and that's difficult, but you have to eventually learn to bring yourself up to their level, isn't that? You don't get better by playing against people who you're better than, you know what I mean? Like that Tyson Fury example. I mean, you could pick another sport, an example, like a professional footballer, you know, like, what's his name? Well, I don't fucking follow footy. You pick a professional footballer and then send him over to just like a group of lads who are having a kickabout on a field, and he's there running rings around them and stuff like that. Like he's not going to improve by doing that. Like the lads will improve by playing against him, like or just people that are better than them. I mean, you get what I'm saying. But yeah, player base, matchmaking for this game was a mess from the beginning because they marketed it to a casual audience, you know. And like I said, fair play, they can do that, but like you need to give the competitive shooter players like more chat. Like they need to be squaring off against, you know, competitive players, you know. Like it's makes it an all-round fairer, you know, and we all know that now. Like, I mean, if you go into a lobby in this game, what do you see? It's steamroll lobbies. I mean, it's very, very rare you get like a change skin. Unlocked. Very, very rare you go into this game and you get like a really closely contested match. Very rare. Like when I used to play the game, now and again you'd get them where like it's going down to the wire, like, and you know, you've got overtime periods. And I just feel like the longer this game's gone on, you rarely see that. Like, but what do you see? You see steamroll lobbies, and if you don't know what that means, it's like you go into a lobby and either your team, I mean, the match is over in like 7 or 8 minutes because your team's just got like loads of decent players on it, and the enemy team is just like, they're just folding at every objective. It's taking like 2 minutes to get through the steamrolling through it. Or sometimes it's the opposite way. So sometimes you're on the receiving end of the steamroll, and you know, you're running around and you're thinking, bloody hell, what are my team doing? Like, I'm having to like feel like I'm the only one that's pushing objectives, and but the enemy team's just like running right over you, you know. And I feel like that's most matches now, and I think it doesn't apply to just like the Galactic Assault and Supremacy modes. I see it in Heroes versus Villains as well. You know, one of the scummiest game modes. Because, well, I feel like Heroes versus Villains are for all the players who are not good enough to unlock heroes during the match. If you want to play as a hero, I'm not saying the whole deal is to unlock a hero. If you don't want to do that, you like, some people like playing as soldier classes, you know, that's fair enough. But a lot of people who play Heroes versus Villains play it because, I mean, you can just pick a hero right off the bat. You don't have to put any work in. You can just get them straight away, and you know, yeah, it's a fact. If you want to level your heroes up, I guess it's a quick way of doing it. But there's so many that even in here. Oh, what's happened here? Well, talking about bugs and shit. Is this even fixable? This might be the end of the video. Yeah, just go back. There we go. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, steamroll lobbies and Heroes versus Villains, and like you're either on the team that's doing the steamrolling and you're beating your enemies about like 30-0, or you're on the receiving end of it and you're getting fucking emoted all the time, and people doing this shit when they fucking kill you, you know, like it's like, I guess, Star Wars version, lightsaber version of teabagging. Yeah, it's a mess. Like, matchmaking's a mess, and it was never put in place to begin with. So if we ever see any more, I mean, if there ever is a Battlefront 3, and I'm not going to go all fucking Aussie Jedi on you and make videos saying like, oh, this is the content that Battlefront 2 could have had. Are we going to get this content in Battlefront 3, you guys? ... He's become the new clickbait cunt. I don't give a fuck. I'll say his name. Some people are too afraid to say it. Do you know what's funny? I checked it on Swany's videos yesterday. I was like, how's Swany doing with his Battlefield 2042 content? Bloody hell! And it looks like he's getting sick of that because of all the. Well, I mean, I've never played the game, so I can't say if there's but I'm hearing a lot of problems from people in the community, and I know you shouldn't just echo things without experiencing it yourself. But I mean, I don't play Battlefield anymore. But Swany's like pissed off with that game. I think it sounds like he's had enough, and he's openly said that he wants to go back to Star Wars content. But I don't think it's... He says he doesn't want to do Battlefront 2 because he doesn't want to be like some YouTubers who just milk Battlefront 2 for... Oh, are we going to get a Battlefront 3? Here's the content we could have had. He doesn't want to do that, you know, and fair play to him. And that's why I think that's why one of the reasons he actually stopped playing it in the first place, because he didn't want to milk it for content, like a lot of channels are doing, you know. I guess you could say that's what I'm doing, but like, not unlike the fucking... Well, when it's the only thing your fucking subscribers watch, it's like, what choice are you left with, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mentioned this in a video yesterday, I won't repeat myself. But, yeah, it looks like he wants to go back to Star Wars at some point. Darth Maul. Yeah, so that was surprising. But maybe he's gonna wait till the new content, or not new content, new titles come out, and he's gonna start covering that stuff. So wouldn't be surprised if you'd see him covering things like, oh, you know, the upcoming Lego Star Wars and information about that. I know that's what Battlefront Updates is doing now, and you know, it's getting him a bit of traction. At the end of the day, it's still Star Wars, and you can't break away from it if you're a Star Wars YouTuber, you know. You know, this not just a game, but it's almost a curse sometimes. Star Wars, it'll do good things for your channel while it's doing good, but like when things go quiet, it starts to, you know, mess your channel up, you know. And that's with any game, really. I mean, you look at any YouTuber, once you commit to like a niche, like one topic of gaming or one topic of thing, like you've kind of fucked yourself, you know. You've screwed yourself, because the minute you start trying to do other things, you know, no one's interested. You know, you'd see that with like GTA 5 channels and stuff like that, you know, like because they only do GTA 5 or Red Dead, you know, Red Dead Redemption 1, or you know, the first one or the second one. As soon as you start trying to branch out into other things, that's the end of your channel. This match is coming to an end shortly. Yeah, but we've still not heard nothing on the... just going back to the... How did I miss that? Going back to the PC thing, that like we've still not heard nothing yet. I mean, about DICE fixing it. They've said they're going to do it, so I mean, now that they've said it publicly, they have to commit to doing it, you know what I mean? They can't just like not do it now. Wouldn't put it past them anyway. But anyway, that's the video. Don't forget to hit the like button and hit the bell for notifications to stay updated with all things Star Wars, you guys.